Hello and welcome to Pau in France for the second ICF World Cup Slalom competition of 2012. 270 paddlers from 37 nations will be in action on the spectacular Stadium of Running Water. Today's entertainment will be looking at the finals of the 4 Olympic events plus the Women C1. That's kayaks, singles, canoes, singles and pairs. Only 6 weeks to go to the Olympic Games. It's all tension and preparation. I'm Matthew Layton, so sit back and enjoy the ride.
So this Pau Whitewater Park has been now inaugurated 2 years ago with a World Cup Slalom. It's a natural looking whitewater park, whitewater river. It has been completely built, but the option of the architect and the conceptor was to bring the river from the Pyrenees in the downtown in the city. Here for the first time since many years we have a course for the final with 25 gates, which probably means that it's a lot of opportunity to touch the gate or to miss the gate. The course itself with the water flow is also quite strong. We have 14-15 cubics per second, but I guess the number of gates and the length of the course will make the course difficult. Especially the bottom course, still very hard in terms of water flow, powerful, and people getting tired, so probably we may expect some difficulties in the bottom course from the gate 18 to 25.
Straight into the action, and it's the canoe single men's final. The top 10 athletes from the last couple of days will be going head to head. Let's look at the top 3. First to go, Alexander Slavkovsky from Slovakia, 29 years old, number 4 in the world. Unfortunately for him, missed out on Olympic Games selection, but really keen to show he knows his course. And we join them here, halfway down the course. As you can see, a lot of white water. Through this section, gate number 15, it's all about getting into the right line. You go over the stopper and cut back through the upstream, gate number 17. It's now important to get the right line as you go forward. Another stopper there and getting yourself in situation to take on hard gate number 20 upstream. He's already getting his boat in line. Cuts back very quickly and into the stream and into the current again. Very good time. Not quite a clear run, 2 penalty points, but he's going to be delighted with his run. As you can see from the slow motion picture, it's all about balance and concentration and using the water to your benefit. Next to go, 28-year-old Gregory Kilinek from Poland. As he slaloms through gate number 11 and 12, cuts back around 13, makes it look very easy, and into the main flow. As you can see, they're in the canoes, which means they're actually kneeling in their boat. It gives them the chance to bend and have the flexibility that they need to get down this very difficult course. 2 penalty points, but the time is not bad as he cuts back from the upstream and gets the boat pointing in the right direction. At this level, it's a real mental, physical, and technical test of their ability. These are the best canoeists in the world on one of the most technically challenging courses. Using the strength of the current. Last few, sprint across the line, and that was good enough for second position. It's all about putting the boat in the right position. You don't want to get caught in a stopper. The superstar, Tony Estanguet, he's French, he's 35 years old, and he has 2 Olympic gold medals, 2000 and 2004. And with his brother, they're actually mainly responsible for getting this course in the situation it is now. Born and bred in Pau. This is a demonstration of how to go fast and how to make it look easy. Using the stopper to get momentum to cut back quickly around the upstream gate. Not wasting a single paddle. And now needs to get the boat in the right position to cut across, using the wave, and that is very tight around the upstream grate. Straight back into the stream. Tony Estanguet is obliterating the field. And he goes on to win by over 7.8 seconds. That is a true demonstration from the local champion. At this level, it's almost an art form. That's the men's C1 category. Confirmation of the result. An outstanding victory for Tony Estanguet from France. Second Poland, third Slovakia.
My qualification runs were good, but not excellent. The semi-final this morning was a little bit better, but still with some mistakes. And finally, I could, yes, really good, a good final. I'm really satisfied.
Switching disciplines, we go onto the men's single kayaks. Remember, this is where they're sitting in the boat and they have two blades on the paddle. But expect about the same sort of time. In action here, 23-year-old Australian Lucien Delfort. Not helping himself there. He just touches the downstream gate. But the time in general is not bad. He's very fluid. He's getting himself a good line. Coached by Miriam Fox. Remember, she won 2 gold medals in the World Championships. As he comes up to gate number 17, the upstream, he's a bit off the pace, but it is looking fluid. 10th in the World Championships a couple of years ago. As he fights, manages not to touch the inside pole. Now it's just a case of negotiating the last few gates, gets the line correct, into the middle of the stream and paddles away. And a very good performance, even though he's self-critical. And just look at the athleticism as he spins the boat actually on the spot. The rule, by the way, is you need to get your head round the pole. If you miss it, it's a 50-second penalty. If you touch a pole, it's only a 2-second penalty. And these penalties are added to your individual time score. Clearly, the athlete who has the lowest time wins the event. On the course now, Jan Vondra from the Czech Republic. Very good as a junior, very good as an under 23. Fairly new to the senior level, but he is putting it together. That's a very, very good split time. As he pivots the boat round the upstream gate and gets in the right position. It's very important to get in the right lane, the fastest water, and set yourself up. If you look here, the boat is virtually horizontal to the line, but it puts him in the right flow to get the boat through the upstream gate and set him in a good situation for the next one. 25 gates today, not an easy course. That is a very respectable time for Jan Vondra. Doesn't matter how you do it, as long as you get round, as long as you get your head round, it's all that counts. Etienne Dye, Frenchman. In April on this course, Etienne booked himself the Olympic boat, finishing ahead of French legend Fabien Lefebvre. Picked up an early penalty, but is doing extremely well, keeping a fine line. 1.77 meters tall, only 66 kilograms in weight, so it shows it's more technique than power. The 22-year-old, born in Prague in the Czech Republic, is putting together a very good run. As he adjusts the boat, coming down the big wave, tightly round the upstream gate, gets the perfect line to set him up for gate number 21. Giving it his all as he comes across the line. Not happy, but he did win the event. Last week he was second in Cardiff and most unhappy. This guy setting himself extraordinarily high standards. That's Etienne Dye for France, a name to certainly look out for in the future. Confirmation of result. That's a wonderful victory for Etienne Dye for France, second Jan Vonder from the Czech Republic, and third Lucien Delfort for Australia.
The beginning of the run was difficult. I took the gate 4, I think, but the race is not finished, so I go fast to the end, and finally it was a very good run. The time is here, and I am very happy to win my first World Cup.
We have two basic categories in the wildwater canoeing. This is a kayak and the canoe. The shape of the canoe and kayak is mostly done by the ICF rules. Main difference between the kayak and canoe is the seat position for the athletes, and also the way how they move the boat. You can see the seat in the K1 boat, and the legs are in the front of on the boat. And in this part there is foot braces to help the athletes to be fixed in the boat properly. In the canoe boats, the people they are sitting on small sitting blocks, and they are the knee in the boat. They are fixed in the straps to be perfectly fit. We've got a cockpit in the boat and is a rim, and the paddlers they're using the special spridex. They can fit this around the boat and to avoid to go water inside into the boat.
The action switches to a relatively new discipline. It's not an Olympic event, it's for the women, and it's the canoe singles. And we'll join the action with Kateřina Hoskova from the Czech Republic. She's the reigning world champion. As you can see, it's a fairly difficult course, this one. The layout of the course is exactly the same for all competitors in all disciplines. But she has a very good, solid technique, using the power of her water. No point in fighting it. It's 14 tons per second going down this course of 280 meters that drops over 5 meters with 4 big drops in the course. Kateřina's struggling a little bit on this stopper, and she's taking a wide course round the upstream gate. Seconds are falling away here. Now she needs to set the boat up, going across the flow to get herself in the right position to go through the eddy, using the flow of the water, always for her benefit. Masses of experience. It's been a tough run, but it is a good run, and eventually she comes home and takes a second spot. All about using the paddle to put the boat where you want it. A lot easier said than done. In action, another French paddler. The French are having an excellent competition so far. It's not surprising. It is their home course. We're in Pau in the southwest of France. She's the current European champion. Comes under the bridge, needs to set her up, coming down the stopper to get a good angle. As you see, some of the paddlers, they actually switch hands when they're coming across. Not easy to do. There she goes, switching it again, but setting herself up in a perfect position to negotiate these gates. Although the river's probably 10 meters wide, mentally they're only going through a course of about 2 meters. That's what they've seen and prepared before. A good time, 4 penalty seconds, but she's still up on the others. Again, switching hands for the paddles. And paddles through. This is an excellent time and proved enough for the victory. Doesn't matter if you go through the gate, forwards, backwards, upside down. As long as you get through it without touching it, you get no penalties. The green and white gates, you go downstream. The red and white gates, upstream. Confirmation of result, France first, Czech Republic second, and France a very well-deserved third place.
So my race was a little bit difficult because the gates are all around the course. So we don't have more than 5 meters to keep speed on your boat. But sometimes I have good feelings, so it's okay. Yeah, we have to continue to train to have better feeling, but it's okay.
The action continues, staying with the women, and it's the single kayaks. Some big names missing, including 4 ex-world champions who actually were in the event but hadn't made it through, including Karina Kunle, who's won the championship the last 2 years, and Jana Dukatova. But these girls, you can only beat the people in front of you. And here we have 26-year-old Lizzie Neve from England, representing Great Britain. An excellent first half of the course, free of penalties, cuts back really well from the stopper on 16 and very closely whips the boat round back into the mainstream. It's not a sport to do if you don't like getting wet. And here she goes, controlling it, perhaps a bit low on the upstream, but quickly recovers that. She'd have lost 2 or 3 seconds there. Paddles over, takes the first rank at the moment. 10 women in this final, and we're looking at the top 3. The best times today in the kayak and the canoe, well, about the same. It just shows what a technical course it is, because traditionally the kayaks, if you have a longer course, clearly in a straight line, they can get more speed. In the background, you can surely hear the crowd. A very good crowd out here today. Lovely sunny weather. Carole Bouzidi is the name of the lady in action. She's from France. She's the current European champion. And she's making it look easy. In and out quickly from the upstream gate. Across through the stopper. And places the boat. Well, that is as close as you can get to perfection as she comes through, in and out. Putting together an excellent run. A delighted Carole crosses the line. That was good enough for second place. Next to go, Maylin Schuher from Spain, 29 years old. Won last week in Cardiff. And you can see why. Very tight, not wasting any time at all. Round the upstream 13 and sets herself the perfect line to continue the course. It's all about planning for the next gate. Not the biggest paddler in the world, but very efficient. Sets herself up, comes through the stopper. The perfect line, uses the speed of the eddy, pushes herself back into the main current. And this is how to master the course. It's not a home course, but she knows how to do it better than anyone else today, and delighted with the victory, second time in a row. Confirmation of result. Gold medal for Maylin Schuher from Spain, second France, and third Great Britain.
The race was difficult today. The course was very tricky, difficult gates, very lot of rain and it was difficult race.
This is most exciting discipline the sport has to offer. 2 men in a boat. It's the Canadian double final. On the screen, for China, Mingyue Hu and Yonhong Xu. Hu and Xu, they do have a pedigree. They won the Asian Championships 2011, a disappointing 10th in the Beijing Home Olympic Games. The challenge here, as the boat's a lot longer, you need to make sure you know where your partner is to get yourself through the gates. To make it really, really simple, the paddler in the front provides the engine and the paddler in the back the stern. He's the one sorting out the directional problems. Need to spin the boat, a bit of a correction there as they go, get themselves into position to go upstream, gate number 20. Bit of a difficult start, but they certainly came out with style, putting together a very good run here. No penalty points. The first time we've seen the Chinese boat in action this year, and they certainly know what they're doing. They would eventually take the 3rd spot. Next to tackle the 280 meters, 25 gate artificial course in Pau in France is the Skanta cousins, Ladislav and Peter. Number 2 in the world. They have European Championship golds, World Championship medals. And they're making the course today look almost easy. Maybe that's because their biggest rivals in Slovakia, the Hochschorner twins, are not in action today. They're keeping their preparations to themselves for the London Olympic Games. At the split time they were leading, only 2 penalty seconds against them. And a textbook approach and finish to the upstream gate. The advantage of being the same family, they obviously know each other inside out. And they would eventually finish in 2nd place. Back to the locals. Pierre Laborel, Nicolas Péchier, both very accomplished canoe paddlers in their own right. And as you'll see, they have an extremely high paddle rate. In fact, that's their signature. Both very compact, but very, very powerful, attacking every gate. And as it's their local course, they know the lines inside out. Preparing the Utstein gate. And that's how to do it, as close as you can without actually touching. They're in for a super time here as they set themselves up nicely from 19. Take down the big wave, diagonally across into the eddy. Using the power of the water to get through the upstream gate 20. Now it's just a matter of holding it together. They obliterated the rest of the field and went on to win by over 2 seconds. As you're kneeling in the canoe, you can get a lot more flexibility. Confirmation of the result. 1st France, 2nd Slovakia, and 3rd China.
It was quite hard. We were lucky to be at home because we know the course very good. But the design and the course are not easy to be good in. So we fought hard, and fortunately for us, we had no touch, no mistake. That gave us the 1st place.
That's it from the ICF Canoe Slalom World Cup in Pau Pyrenees, who are candidates for the World Championships 2017. Thanks for tuning in, and join us next week. We'll be on the Spanish 1992 Olympic course.